In the 90s, we were selling the concepts of craft beer. In that, if you drank craft beer, you were doing something pretty unique. Now when you come to market with a craft beer, the education is different. It's not about craft beer itself, it's about how your beer is different. I've been brewing beer since 1993. As a consumer, I started noticing, as everyone had, that beer started getting higher and higher in alcohol. And the beers I really love to brew and love to drink were becoming less and less available to me. And that's session beer. And that's what kind of gave me the epiphany that I should get back into brewing, because I felt I could bring something different to the craft consumer that wasn't presently being offered. Last fall I came to Rob at Ipswich, and Rob and I have known each other for a long time. And that's when I talked about my project. Rob was interested. And the one thing I really required from this, as a brewer, I really wanted to be hands-on. I just didn't want to contract beer. I didn't want to start a brewery again based on a concept. I wanted to make sure this had some legs, but I also wanted to be very involved, not only from recipe development, but actually in the brewing of the beer. My ability to brew beers at Ipswich, I think, have really been a big part of the success of Notch this year so far.
Contract brewing is for brewers that don't necessarily have the inclination or the money to have their own bricks and mortar brewery. Chris is an old-time brewer. He's a longtime friend of mine. We've known each other since the first wave of the craft brewing movement back in the early 90s. And I was really proud when he came to me with his idea of a session beer.
Session beers are born of British pub culture, where the Brits like to drink multiple pints over a period of time. That time period is called a session. I call myself the aging craft beer consumer, and I've been drinking craft beer since the 80s. And the older I got, the less I really wanted a lot of alcohol. And part of that was just, life responsibilities, work, family, etc., that wanted me to wake up in the morning and feel pretty good. So session beer has always been this love of mine, both as a brewer, but more so as a consumer.
We have a whole wave of new consumers that have grown up with craft beers in their refrigerator. There's no longer a need to really convince somebody out of drinking a mass-brewed beer. Now you can be creative, you can come up with great products, and you have a consumer base that's accustomed to it, which is really exciting. It's really helping our growth.